RV Dream Radio for RVers and those who dream about it.
This is RV Dream New Radio, and we're very happy today to introduce you to Bruce and
Jeri.
Carrie, Barry. What? I got
Jeri
it all wrong
with a
while
J.
ago. I'm sorry, Jeri.
That's all right.
The hearing's starting to go on me here a little bit. You are back, and we're really happy to have you guys back with us. This is your second or third trip here at Pillar Point RV Park?
Oh, more than that.
More than that. You've come here many times.
Yeah.
And you wear this hat, World War II veteran.
Yeah.
Before I get into that, where are you guys from? Where do you live?
We live in Boulder Creek.
In Boulder Creek. So that's down, you take the
It's
ocean.
about 45 miles.
So you just take the ocean trip back up?
Yeah, we take Highway 1 down through Santa Cruz.
Life is so tough, isn't it? You do go all the way on the ocean, all the way up here to Pillar Point, all the way.
And we park our RV in our grandson's all RV repair place.
And what's your grandson's name?
Tim Jones.
Jim Jones. Now you guys are RVing here. You've had this RV for a while, have you, Jeri?
About 10 years, probably.
About 10 years. And is this your only RV that you've had, or you've been
No,
RVing?
we had one older one before this.
You were telling me this morning that you guys had friends that had their cabin, but they had to go to the cabin every year, or the same place all the time.
You can see by our map, we went up there a couple of times to Montana, at Fallen Leaf Lake up in Montana. And we took this up there a couple of times, but we visited relatives all the way up there and camped out, stopped where we wanted to. You get in the middle of the road and you're tired and want to take a nap and have a sandwich, you just pull into a good place, and I mean, you can't hardly beat that.
No. And do you concur, Jeri?
Yes.
You've liked it right from the start?
Yeah, I always liked it.
You have this hat on, and Terry told me, he said, you should talk to Bruce. Bruce is a World War II veteran. That's a very important thing to you.
Yeah, it is. You never ask anybody their age, but I turned 90 back in December, and I think that's a big brag. You can ask me anytime how old I am.
Right.
I like that.
Right. And a mark in your life has been, and your self-image has been the time you spent over there.
For a long time I didn't think about it a lot. People say we're the greatest generation. I think that's Tom Brokaw's way of selling books, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Because I think our folks were the greatest generation. I really think so. They lived through the Depression. They raised kids during the Depression. They sent us off to war and prayed for us and did without. I mean, they totally did without. When I came home on a furlough, they could take me about 50 miles down the highway, and then I had to hitchhike all the way back to wherever my camp was.
Because that's how much gas was available.
Yeah, couldn't get any.
Right.
So they're the greatest generation in my book. We just saluted and went, because it was the right thing to do. Everybody was doing it.
But you were out there in the thick of it all, too, in the South Pacific.
I was in the Pacific. We did an assault landing on Leyte, and another assault landing on Luzon, and another one on Okinawa. And we actually got a battle star for New Guinea because the campaign was still going on, even though we didn't initiate it.
But when I saw you this morning, and here we are at Pillar Point. We were looking across this ocean behind you, and you were talking about the grace of God and how here you are at age 90 and you're cooking. You took a walk down to the wharf today, and how blessed we are.
I'm really lucky. I'm really blessed. I think that I'm believing that there is a heaven and that there are angels, because there's no way that I could have hooked up with this wonderful woman 40-some years ago and had all these children and grandchildren growing up as good as they are without blessings flowing from someplace that I never earned. Never could brag that I earned them. It's just luck of the draw or grace from someplace.
Many of those guys that you were out there with did not return.
No, and two of the guys that in my company, the last really two that were at their last reunion, one of them died in February in, let's see, 13, right?
Yeah.
Mr. And then Moreno died in March or April of 13.
Well, here, let me add my 2 cents worth here. There's a movie coming out called America this summer. I don't know if you've seen what it's about, but the premise of the movie is, what if there had been no America? What would be with the world? What the world would have been? And one of the mentions was if Hitler had had the atomic bomb before we did, or if you guys hadn't won. I mean, we could all be speaking Japanese or German or something else. So my 2 cents is thank you. And all the people that you were with out there that gave their lives and fought and so on. And here we are getting to be here at Pillar Point RV Park today because we want to and we have a right to be here if we've earned our way. And that's called freedom. And without you and your service and all those that you fought with, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have this here and have the freedom that we have.
There's a fellow by the name of Morrison. He's a history professor at Harvard. Stanley Morrison. He wrote a book called The U.S. Navy in World War II. Actually, it's 15 volumes is what it is. And
Wow.
he starts out in the 20s, talking about Japan wanting to expand its mercantile print on the world, and us saying, not in our mud puddle.
Right.
You don't come our way, you can go the other way.
Right.
After the war's over, what do we do?
Well, that's another
We're
story.
partners with the Japanese, right?
Yeah.
After we spend all the money,
Yeah.
and that's what I tell my grandkids.
Well, looking back on it now, going through that really had a major mark on your life. What did it do for you and to you?
Well, I was really serious about school when I got back. I went to Santa Clara, and I was really serious about it. I went to law school, and I was serious about it. And
It gave you an opportunity.
well, the GI Bill absolutely did.
Right, gave you an opportunity.
Yeah, never would have been able to do it without that, I don't think.
So now, what's the future? I mean, you probably, at the age that you are, you probably only have 30, 40 years left. So.
Well, I have to take care of my health and keep my lungs working. They're the weakest part due to smoking.
Right.
I'm just so pleased that none of the kids in the family smoke.
Right.
And that's...
But more RVing, you think you'll travel more?
I don't think we're going to travel as much as we have.
Right.
Montana's a long reach. We go up here. We could probably do 2-3 hours, and then stop for a break and then do 2 or 3 more. But that's about our usual anyway. When we went up through Oregon, and we'd go, a couple hours and stop and rest up, and made life easier.
Why? Well, there's no push.
No hurry.
You're at home all the time anyway.
No hurry.
What do you think, Jeri? What do you want to do? What's the future for you?
Just our good health.
Your good
Keep
health.
our good health, yeah. That's
And how do you
what-
maintain that?
Exercise.
Exercise and watching what
And
you're
try
eating.
to eat right.
Eat a lot of cakes and cookies and
No, I
pudding
don't.
and things like that.
I don't.
But you're enjoying the RV experience.
Yeah, I like it.
Great. Well, it is a great pleasure to have you guys here at Pillar Point, and it's a great pleasure to meet you personally.
Yeah, you never got my last name. Did
Tell
you?
me. Sometimes.
Oneto.
What is it?
Oneto.
Oneto.
Oneto. In Italy, they say Oneto. 1, 2. Oneto.
Right. That's your last name.
Yeah.
And I assume that's your last name,
Yes.
too. Great. Has it been a good trip
Yeah.
for this guy?
Yeah, it's been a good
You
trip.
guys have had a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us on RV Dream. We appreciate it.